Earlier, I spoke to Robert and Pam Champion. This is Robert's parents, and I started by asking them if they had really learned why people haze and have hazed throughout history. I was thinking that if we're going to stop this, we have to know why we do this. Take a look.
I've done a lot of reading on research that people have done about hazing and the types of things that needs to put in place to make it work to stop the hazing. I thoroughly believe that education is the key piece, and I just don't buy into the fact that you can't read. I do realize that it is a culture in society. I do realize that our society progressively is getting more and more violent, but my belief is that if everybody is on board with coming up with a solution to read, not just talk, but doing something about it. And that's what I look forward to doing.
I know this is tough territory, but I'm going to ask you to take us back to how you found out what had happened to your son. I'm certain there must have been a lot of disbelief. Can you take us back to that experience?
Absolutely. We received a call from my daughter, who have friends in the band with the school where Robert attend, and they told her that Robert was unconscious. And she told us not to get on the phone because somebody was going to call us. And of course, I became worried, so I asked her for numbers of people that she knew so that I could start calling. Although I left one telephone line free just in case someone called. But I was steady calling all the student numbers that she gave me to try to find out what was going on with my son. And finally, I did reach one of her friends who told me she was going to go and check and come back and let me know what she found. And when she came back, she told me that Dr. White wanted to call and speak to me himself. So essentially, that's what I got, the call from Dr. White, letting me know what happened to my son.
Who was Dr. White?
Dr. White is the band director at FAMU.
I see. And what was the ultimate cause of death? Do we know that this was directly related to the
we don't have any information. You know about as much as we do as to what the cause of the death is.
Is there somebody we need to look to lead us through this? Is it the school administrators? Is it the kids themselves? Who do we need to get behind this?
Well,
everybody should be on board with this. If we want to rid it, it can't be a one-off kind of a person. My goal is to, in the name of my son, to be able to be the one to set the stage of getting rid of the haze. And it will involve the school, it will involve the administrative, it will involve the students, it will involve the alumni. It has to be everybody to be on board with that. And that is the only way it's going to work, because if you're not going to be a part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. The idea is to rid the culture, to change the whole mindset of it.
What do we need to do on behalf of the memory of your son?
I'll go first, and then if it's okay.
Go ahead.
But what I'm looking at doing now, and what we are in the process of doing right now, is putting together anti-haze hotline. I think this is the key thing for students to be able to come in and get on that line anonymously to report any instance of things that are happening. We are looking at the anti-haze awareness, where we are always putting it up in the face so people are aware. And part of that awareness is to educate. And we are looking at putting together educational piece, so we not only talk the talk, but we actually show you real instance of what's happening, real interviews of people who've gone through. And these are the things that we need people to come on board to assist us with, because the educational piece is very important. I look at not only the college level, but I'm looking at the high school level and the middle school levels, because we have to catch it and start it where it can possibly begin. So we also have a Facebook page for Robert, John Major for Change, Robert D. Champion.
We need to have stiffer laws that will affect those who are involved with hazing. I think the school should be held accountable. I think each organization should be held accountable, and the people who are in those organizations. I think this is a grassroots problem, and we got to get down to the root of the problem, so that everyone would be responsible and held accountable for their action.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you, Robert and Pam. We, of course, wish you the very best. Hazing hotline, I love that idea, and I look forward to seeing that number and seeing where we can ring in, literally, if somebody observes this problem. Thank you, guys.